All right. Oh my goodness, this is loud. Hold on. Loud in my earphones. Check, check, 1, 2. Okay, that's better. That's better for me. All right. I'm gonna wait for people to come in. I'm literally talking to myself right now. I wanted to go live as soon as possible because I didn't realize we were gonna get hit with this big of a storm. I can hear the hail outside. It's crazy. And I don't want the stream to go out. Huh? What is Ron Harper talking about? What happened? What, like on Twitter? Let's see. I'm assuming this is Ron Harper. I'm looking at what you got, what you're talking about. I Yeah, what the heck is going on? Guys, I'll be real, I don't know anything about Ron Harper other than the championships. Where is it? Okay. Okay, I see. All right. Okay. All right. Okay. I see what the chat's talking about. All right. So let me say this right off the bat. Okay. I don't mean any disrespect. Okay. I truly do not mean any wrongdoing. Okay. So I see exactly what you guys are talking about. Ron Harper coming off like Uncle Dennis. Okay, I see what you guys are talking about. Okay, but let me go ahead and say this. All right, I'm glancing through the tweets now, and I'll show you what I'm seeing. But I'm gonna be real. I think Ron Harper is just old. I think that's what it's coming down to, guys. I think he's just old. Maybe a little bit of an ego on his part. I saw him defending himself as well. So what the chat is talking about here is Ron Harper's been really strange, just replying to everything. If you don't know who Ron Harper is, I won't disrespect you, okay? It's totally fine. But he has multiple championships. I think he won 3 with Jordan, 2 with Kobe, right? So he's played with some of the greatest players in the world. As far as his personality is concerned, he's always been considered someone that's not so like happy, if that makes sense. Like I've heard people say that he was quite mean. I don't know if this is true. No idea. Sure, he's an okay guy. I don't know, guys. I don't know a lot about Ron Harper. I'll be honest with you. I do remember seeing him play, but I mean, I was a little kid. All right. So with that being said, also probably some more context. Ron Harper, 5-time champion, is also the father of Dylan Harper, the player that's more than likely coming to San Antonio. 100% chance he's coming to San Antonio. Now, this is what I saw, okay? I saw this tweet, and I was like, oh, okay, that's cool. in which somebody said, what about him playing alongside Wemby? Like asking him, if he would, Dylan Harper playing along Wemby. He said it could be special. So he's been positive. He's been positive, kind of. But if you go to his tweets and all of his replies, it is a little weird. It's a little weird. So you can see here, Lonzo Ball says he envisions the Hornets drafting Dylan Harper and LaMelo Ball getting traded to the Clippers. What a ridiculous take, but we can listen. Oh, wait, you guys can't hear that.
Ooh, at 4.
I got Dylan Harper. I low-key got Dylan Harper going to the Hornets.
Ooh, at 4.
And I got Melo going to the Clips.
That's what needs.
Well, we just skipped over the third pick, huh?
I have no idea. This might have been one of those just hot takes type things. And then he puts here, he puts here June 25th, guys. And actually, funny enough, even under that post in which he said it could be special, he did it again. How would you feel if the Mavs drafted him and he got to develop with Kyrie? Not my choice, but we will see June 5th. It seems like that's what he continuously tweets over and over and over again, basically. Right here. All right, I just saw Ron Harper's response. Spurs received Cam Johnson, pick 26. Nets received this. Don't give me false hope. Okay, these are just Nets fans. And he said, it's all good, my friend. Let's wait till June 25th tonight. So that's just what he's saying over and over and over and over again. We have this post. I don't even know what this is saying. I won't play it because that might be copyright infringement. Mark says that the Warriors could go after Brook Lopez to fill the void for center this summer. Good idea or bad idea for the Warriors? He says a bad ideal. And then we got here, this is Cooper Flagg shooting a shot over Dylan Harper. And then this is Ron Harper. Well, I guess I'll show you the whole thing. And this is Ron Harper responding, which he said, should we pull up the Jordan Classic in Brooklyn? So defending his son. I mean, we got quite a few responses from him. But guys, I'm gonna be real. There's nothing that he said that's just completely out of line. This is weird. I don't quite understand. So Spurs culture says his bag is ridiculous as far as Dylan Harper. And then he says, you wish you had a talent, kid. Not. Wait, is he responding to somebody? Wait. Okay, he might actually be. Okay, he can't be responding to Spurs culture. Okay, he's not. He's not. Okay. He said, okay, he's okay. Just defend this on his again. He carried the ball and then shut up. Okay, he said shut up, clown. That's what he should say. The game needs to be cleaned up. Are you kidding me? Guys, hold on. Watch this play. Watch this play. This is not being called for a carry in the NBA, okay? Allen Iverson helped. He helped a lot. Look at this. Dude sees this play and says, actually, that's a travel. Dude, I will smack your glasses off your face. And then he says, this is a travel. Are you joking? Gosh, what a nerd. He says, shut up, clown. He probably should have said nerd. Either way, he carried and traveled, not one of your AAU buddies. What? You wish you had a talent, kid. Not. I don't even think he knows who he's talking to. That's kind of crazy. Let's see. He's responding to libs of TikTok. Gosh, I didn't want to know his dumb beliefs. So yeah, he's pretty silly. He's a pretty silly goose. He's a pretty silly goose. And there's the it could be special. So I don't know. It's been strange. He's not blatantly saying like, oh, I can't wait for my son to go to San Antonio or anything like that. But hey, that's his dad. We're not our dads, right? Like Dylan Harper is a completely different person. I don't think this is one of those Uncle Dennis situations. He's not saying anything ill of the San Antonio Spurs, right? He's just literally posting like, just wait till June 25th. Just wait till June 25th. So he's not really saying much of anything. So it's a lot of just defending his son and then just saying wait till June. So I don't think there's anything there. I don't think you should worry about it too much. We haven't kept up with Ron Harper, so he might have a long history of bad takes. We have no idea. I think he's just old, bro. I think he's just old. He probably has quite a bit of an ego himself. He's sticking up for his son, and then a mixture of just bad takes, bad beliefs, and you just get like weird posts like this. When in actuality, he should just leave it alone. Like, defending your son's one thing, that's cool, but then talking about the draft and possible trades and saying, just wait. I mean, obviously people are going to talk about it, and Spurs fans, with our history of Kawhi Leonard, people are going to be a little anxious about it, right? So, yeah, just lame. Exactly. He's the X version of Tari Eason's mother. Actually, she's on Twitter too, isn't she? Yeah, she's on Twitter too. So, like, we're not our parents, guys. We're not our parents. That may be a possible concern. It's fine. As far as his mannerisms, looking at interviews of his family, and I didn't see any interview of Ron Harper about Dylan Harper. I probably need to look into that. But his personality definitely takes after some of his other family members. So, yeah. I mean, Ron Harper might be the same way, but he's pretty calm. He's pretty chill, and he's really humble. So I wouldn't worry about it too much, guys. That's true. That happens too. Could also possibly just miss the spotlight a little and want that attention. He might miss it a little bit. Who wouldn't, bro? I mean, you literally won championships, right? Like, who wouldn't reminisce and kind of want to go back to that? I think his other son, because Ron Harper. Let's see, how many sons do Ron Harper have? I think his other son, he was trying to help get to the NBA, right? Ron Harper, children. We'll just say Ron Harper's children. He has two sons? Yeah, he has Ron Harper Jr. and then Dylan Harper. And I think, did Ron Harper Jr. try to get to the NBA? Did he make it to the NBA? Come on, Google. Oh, he is in the NBA? I never seen him play. Ron Harper Jr. I never watched Ron Harper Jr. He plays for Detroit Pistons? Nah, he's out now. I am so confused. I don't know. The youngest are usually better learning from the older bros. Yeah, for sure. I think this goes without saying, but he's going to be better than Ron Harper. If you go back and you watch some Ron Harper tape, Ron Harper was really good, guys, but he'll be better than his dad. Now, will he win as many championships? I don't know. I have no idea. Hopefully he does. Hopefully we win more than Duncan. Anyways, so yeah. So if you're concerned, I'm not. Okay, we're not our parents, and also everything that's here, although a little weird sometimes, he's entertaining every single fan base out there. I think it just comes with a little bit of maybe just a little age, guys. Like, he's not very aware of how this is affecting anything. He's just running around protecting his son, looking at every single take on Twitter. While me and you, we understand that at some point you got to just put it away, right? Older people, a lot of times they get wrapped into this, especially when people are talking about their son or whatever, and they just make matters a little worse or make people speculate more and more. He should know better because he's literally Ron Harper, but it is what it is. Ron just a proud dad. Yeah, it's all good. It's all good. Don't worry about it. Everything he says has been cool. He's not putting anything out there like, I really want him to go here. Now, that if he was out here advocating for him to be moved, then I'll be a little bothered. But this is literally just wait. And I'm sure people took this one right here and said, oh, does that mean that he's going to be traded? No, he's just saying June 25, guys, relax, Yeah, old man yells at clouds energy. Yeah, very new Eminem-esque. By the way, I love Eminem, and I got the new album on vinyl, but I'll be lying if I said that most of that album was Old Man Yells at Sky. Anyways, all right, moving on. All right, guys. What else we got here? I wasn't expecting to go over this. I didn't even know this was controversial. I didn't know what was going on. I don't think it's a big deal, though. Okay, so... I want to advocate for something. So, guys, got to talk to you. Chat. Chat-a-tat-tat. I got to talk to you guys, okay? I got to talk to you guys. A lot of people have been wondering, who should the San Antonio Spurs get? Actually, hold on. Let me make sure. I don't want to disrespect this man. Reno. How do you say his first name? Can you guys tell me how to say his first name? I always hear Reno. I never hear the first name. Is it Maxim? Maxime? Maxime Reno. I know it's Maxime? Maxime? Okay. All right. Didn't want to disrespect him. Because I really like him. Really like him. Maxime. Okay. All right. All right, guys. So a lot of people ask me, and a lot of people have been asking themselves, a lot of Spurs fans have been talking about the fact that we need a backup center. It's very obvious. It's very apparent. Everyone knows that we need a backup center. There's quite a few options, and I'm not going to quadruple down on this, but I do want to bring him up because I really like him. Like, I like him a lot, just to be honest. I looked into him before the combine performance, but now we know after the combine that he kind of him. He looks really good, y'all. And who am I talking about? I'm talking about Maxime Reno. So he is actually a center / a lot of people call him a power forward. I don't know, whatever you want him to be, honestly. He is a French player out of Stanford, and I have to say he is very good. Not only is he very good, I think that he is really good friends with Wemby as well. Who? Yeah, he's okay. We probably should start this over. Let's start this segment over. Okay, I probably need to. Here, I need to. Let's see if we can find some footage that won't get us copyrighted. Hold on. Give me a second. I'm gonna start this segment over because I don't want. I don't want you to not have a visual. So let's see if we can find them. I'm trying to hurry up because you guys have no idea how hard it's raining outside. It's storming, y'all. All right, so we got something here. He does post some stuff on IG, so we'll have a visual for you. Yeah, I want to give him some justice, okay? Because funny enough, you do know who he is. You just don't know it yet. All right, let's do it. All right, chat. All right. Okay. All right. So a lot of Spurs fans want a center. A lot of them. Ask a Spurs fan who they want. They'll say, "Hey, I want a center." It's gone so far that some Spurs fans have suggested going after a center with a second pick. with the 14th pick. I'm not fully sold on the 14th pick. I would much rather just go after a small forward if I'm being real with you, especially if Carter Bryant is available. There's some other options as well, but Carter Bryant's kind of my guy right now. That might change. That might change in the near future. But one guy that I am kind of fixated on with the second round is Maxime Reynaud. I actually really like this kid. Really like this kid. And you might be wondering, who the heck is that? Okay, so I'll tell you a few things that I just personally like about him, things that I've seen. If you go and you look up the combine footage, he was tearing up the combine. All right, he was actually one of the standouts. I think I saw a list of top 5 standouts for the combine, and he was on there. I looked at a lot of his footage, and this guy genuinely is really good. Now, I'm going to go ahead and get the weaknesses out the way right off the bat because I have a lot of positives, okay? One weakness, though, that I see from him is I don't know if he has a ton of strength. I don't really see him create a ton of space. Now, the post-up game is kind of his bread and butter. He's also really good in the pick and roll and pick and pop situations, but I don't see him create a lot of space. That's kind of all it is. That's actually my only weakness. I don't really have anything else. He just needs a little bit more strength, maybe. That's kind of it. I'll be real with you guys. In the NBA, I don't know how he's going to perform against actual centers, actual big men that are just going to be a little bit stronger than him. But I will say this. He has touch. Now we're just going into full-on pros. He has touch around the rim, really good pick and roll, pick and pop player, plays good defense. He's not a great defender, but he has a lot of tenacity defensively, very high basketball IQ. He can pass the ball in multiple he's very creative with how he can pass the ball. Quite crafty, just overall a smart, skilled big man, okay? And what you probably care about the most is his catch and shoot ability, and that is one of the areas that he thrives in. Some people have criticized saying, well, he's going to definitely need a good point guard to make his game work to the next level during his first year in the NBA, first few years in the NBA. And to that I say, okay. I mean, we'll have 3 of them. We'll have 3 guys that can give him the ball pretty effectively, right? And I've said this time and time again, the Spurs need high IQ talent around Wemby. Now, you're probably still thinking, I don't know this dude. I never seen him a day in my life, Clan. I don't know what you're talking about. I'm not bought in. Well, you know what? If you're not bought in as far as some of the skill sets that I've told you that I've laid forward, I'm about to sell you, okay? You saying that you don't know him? You do know him. You guys remember this? You remember this? When 16-year-old Wemby played a 2-on-2 game with Rudy Gobert? Now, they left out somebody's name that was part of this 2-on-2, and you probably can guess who it is. Look at young Wemby. You see that kid? That's Reynaud. Now, memory will do stuff to you, okay? Memory will do stuff to you because I recall this video being a one-on-one. I don't remember 2 people either. I'm with you guys. Such a baby. Yeah, this is baby Wemby. You guys remember this clip though, right? There he is. Look. And you're probably like, well, Clan, this is just a 2-on-2. What's the big deal, bro? It's just a little 2-on-2. You know, players do scrimmages all the time. Doesn't mean that they're friends. I mean, they probably don't even really know each other, right? Like, he probably hates the kid. He doesn't know who this is. Wemby's too popular. He's too famous. Well, wrong again. Here's the image, more recent, of Wemby playing a little bit of chess with his boy Reynaud. He's literally friends with them. They are friends. So I say all that to say this, guys. everything lines up for me if he can land. Okay, shoot, I would probably. I mean, things might change, right? I'm looking to way more prospects before we get to the draft. We'll create a whole draft list when we go live, so we can see these are the guys that we want, right? I might even add some of your guys if you guys are down for it, right? But as it stands right now, if he lands to the Spurs, I might even go as far as to say I'm okay with moving up a little bit if we have to. We have 4 second-round picks in 2026, I believe. I mean, if we can use those or utilize those to move up, I might do it because I really like him. Like, really like him. Yeah, chemistry is more than just on the court skill-wise, right? Like, they have chemistry. They are friends. They know each other. You think he's available in the second round? Right now, as it stands, after that combine performance, it might be a little difficult. But as it stands right now, he's projected to be in the second round. So hopefully he lands in the second round, and we'll see what happens. This draft does have a lot of depth to it, so hopefully he's there. I wouldn't pick him up with the 14th. I think that's quite a bit of a reach, to be honest. But I do like his game. I like his touch around the basket, and that's probably the most important thing for me, because even though I am a little bit worried as far as like his physical stature against NBA bigs and him being that primary backup center that we would need, and we desperately need, I do think that there is a lot of merit to being able to score the way that he can score. He has such great touch, and he has good ball handling, and he's a good catch and shoot shooter. If you want to see some of his stats from Stanford, here we go. Just give you a little bit. So if you're wondering how old he is, I actually don't know how old he is. How old are you, bro? How old is he? 21? 22? How old is Maxime Reynaud? Usually they have it on here. Here, I'll just Google it. How old? There we go. 22. Okay, he's 22 years old. So he's 22, just turned 22. All right. As you can see here, from Stanford, he has definitely improved year after year. In this past season, he looked really good, right? He had 20 points per game, 1.4 blocks, and that's what I was saying. He's a good defender. He's not the greatest defender in the world, but he's a good defender, right? He makes sound decisions. He plays hard. Everything is there. I really like him, guys. I'm sorry. From the charity strike, 77%. So he's improved all the way from 54% to 77%. 10 rebounds per game, so he averaged a double-double. It's just a beautiful thing. It's just a beautiful thing to see. I really encourage you guys to go. I can't show it here because obviously copyright infringement and all of that. But I really encourage you to go back and watch, even if you want to see highlights. But you can also just watch some scouting reports if you want. You know, if you want some more breakdowns. There's a lot of good videos out there on him. But I desperately encourage you guys to go watch some tape, or at least watch the combine footage. He is really good. And I'm hoping that he doesn't go, I mean, I'm sure he hopes he does, but I'm hoping he doesn't go too far up so the Spurs can have a chance to get him. But things might change. I'm going to look into way more prospects, right? I mean, there's plenty of options that we have. So I really like him, though. I really like him. And if you're wondering about his jump shot, it looks beautiful, y'all. It looks beautiful. A lot of arc on it. Going to be difficult to difficult to block, right? So everything is there. The skill is there. The type of player that I think that we could use as a backup center to Wemby. Just high IQ, pretty good physical attributes, good defense. I mean, it's all there. He can stretch the floor, so you can do a few lineups where he's out there with Wemby and stretch the floor. Wemby typically doesn't do well with other centers on the team that can't necessarily shoot outside shots. It makes it a little difficult on him, just a little bit. Other centers, that is. But yeah, he didn't look too great when he had to start with Gobert. He didn't look too great when Zach Collins wasn't performing how we were hoping him to perform. But yeah, I think this is a good one. So I don't know. You guys let me know what you think. I will post this, and we'll see what some people on YouTube think. But it seems like the chat, you guys are You guys are down for it. You feeling what I'm feeling. So yeah. If you got any doubts, at least you can say they're friends. I love it. He can also play the 4 in certain lineups. Exactly. Of course he can. Bassey is Gonzo. Oh, yeah, but Bassey is injured all the time, so. Center or Brian at 14. I will want Brian at 14 or Fleming at 14, but that might change. I've got to look into more people. Carter Brown's really good. I'm not trading my number 2 pick for Cam Thomas. No. Okay, so I showed this image. I made a little image here. Hold on. So I showed this image on Twitter. And it got like 2,000 likes. But if you kind of scroll through the comments, there's some people that's like downplaying this or saying it's not that good. And I think the reason why people feel that way is they literally just haven't seen a lot of Dylan Harper. In a few years, this is an elite starting lineup. Like, Dylan Harper is really good, y'all. Like, you know how high we've been on Steph Castle? I think Dylan Harper is a step higher than that. Like, okay, I'll put it this way. Dylan Harper in last year's draft goes number 1 overall. He goes number 1 overall. Dylan Harper in last year's draft goes number 1. In a lot of drafts he would. But last year's draft, he goes number 1. It just hit me. We need to go get Brook Lopez on a vet minimum. You could. He goes 3rd in 2023. Wemby's draft? Who was it? It was Wemby, and then Brandon Miller, and then I think he could have went 2nd in 2023 because it was Brandon Miller and then Scoot Henderson, right? He could have went 2nd. Brandon Miller and Scoot. He could have went 2nd. He goes over Scoot. Yeah, he goes over Scoot. I think he could have went 2nd in that draft. See, that's another thing. That's a silly take. San Antonio Hotspur. Take Sohan out. We good. This man. People don't like elite things. This is an elite defender. This is an elite defender. This is an elite scorer. I would say this is an elite scorer too. I would say this is an elite defender. You would have a lineup of 3 elite defenders. One of the best pick and roll finishers in the game. Right here. And his jump shot looks much better, mind you. Just silly. Just such a silly thing to say take Sohan out. He's the best power forward we got. And he's a really good one. And he's one of the best defenders we have in the NBA. One of the best defenders in the NBA. Yeah, you don't take Sohan out. That's just like silly. For what? Everybody's so fixated on can you shoot a 3? If that's the case, take Sohan out, take Castle out, never play him. Who cares? Never play them. They should never hit the court. They're not valuable. They don't do anything because they can't shoot 3-pointers. They'll get there. Be patient. But everything else is quite elite. These are elite defenders we got here. So, yeah. And this is one of the best defenders. This is top 5 defender in the NBA, statistics-wise. Yeah, unfortunately, Alex, too, the thing about, like, hating on Sohan is the way that he affects the game. Like, too often we're results-based, right? Like, we're all about how many assists did you get in a game? What did the assist numbers look like? What did the score number look like? But certain things don't show up on the stat sheet. It doesn't show up how you set up plays, right? It doesn't show. It just doesn't. You don't get credit for it. It doesn't show pass to assist. There is no pass to assist category. I mean, there might be some in advanced analytics. I actually don't know. But pass to assist, no one sees that. No one cares, right? He sets up a lot of things. The amount of attention that you get, that you bring off of other players, that doesn't come up in the stat sheet. So unfortunately, box scores doesn't, and it never will, by the way, mind you. Maybe one day when Sohan gets even better at shooting outside shots and the Spurs become a little bit more cohesive. But I think that he'll end up being one, and I hope I'm wrong, but I think he'll end up being one of those players where his impact just doesn't show up on the box score. It'll always be in advanced analytics. He's just one of those types, unfortunately. I think he's just one of those types. Other players, it's just not like that. Like Wemby is so awesome till it's just gonna show up everywhere. Like it's the eye tests, the advanced analytics, the box score. I mean, he's gonna give you 50 blocks in a game. Sohan's not like that. But you go and you look at all-star players when guarded by Sohan, and their numbers are abysmal. It's abysmal. It's awful. But when you just look at box score, the context isn't there, right? Like we'll have a game and let's say Shea has 30-something points. People say, well, Sohan didn't hold him. Sohan did trash. He was garbage. And then you go and you look at the times that Sohan was guarding him and he had like 20%. Like unfortunately, that's just how it is, Sohan is straight up better than Aaron Gordon at the same age is hilarious. Yeah. But everyone's result based, right? They see Aaron Gordon now and they're like, wait, Aaron Gordon's so much better than Sohan. He should be at this stage in his career. Duh. I don't know. As Spurs fans, why can't we just let other teams talk trash about Sohan? Like, let other people talk trash. We should be having each other's backs here, right? Unless we have somebody on the team that genuinely is just like, okay, what are we doing? Sometimes I feel that way with Keldon. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. Sometimes I'm like, what are we doing? But I do like Keldon, and I want it to work, I do want it to work. Sohan could Draymond Green type player, doing a lot but not shown in stats. Yeah, that's the type of player he is. I like Carter Bryant at 14. Me too. All right, we had some other stuff to talk about. Hold on. Did I? Okay. All right. Did you guys want to know why I love this kid? I got to show you why I love this kid. Okay. It's not just the fact that his skill is absolutely ridiculous. Okay. His skills are absolutely ridiculous. I mean, high basketball IQ, great ball handler, elite scorer, great feel for the game, good defender. I mean, there's a lot. There's a lot here, and I think Dylan Harper can be legit. But this right here is why he's a San Antonio Spur. Okay, this is why there's 120% chance that the Spurs get him. Okay, his skill alone made it 95% chance that the Spurs get him. Here's the other 5% right here, though. They asked him to describe Ace Bailey. Hey, can you just talk about Ace Bailey briefly? And this was his response.
Pro. That's how I describe it. Pro. I mean, he could score when he wanted to. He could playmate, facilitate, defend. He do everything. But I mean, I see his scoring, but I mean, he do a lot of things. I think his IQ is very underrated. I think not a lot of people understand his IQ. But once you sit down and you're with him, you understand it. Like, but from a scoring standpoint, man, he's 6'10". He see over everyone. I mean, I probably see a scorer better than him.
He's delusional. He's delusional. He's not delusional. I was just saying he's delusional about the Ace Bailey 6'10". It's actually been shown that he's 6'8". But yeah.
Would you compare him to? I mean, obviously you play with him. You just can't say
T-Mac, young T-Mac, young T-Mac, like very like twitchy, like twitchy, dominate. He gonna get a bucket. Like he gonna go get to his spots. He's gonna force his will into the game.
How about for you? Your own comparisons.
Probably like James Harden, Cade Cunningham, Shea, them type of guards, big guards.
All right, so he just spent, that was a whole minute. He just spent 56, I don't know why I did that. 56 seconds talking about his boy, Ace Bailey, his teammate, and spent 4 seconds on himself. He didn't even like ruminate on who he could be. Oh, well, you know, I could be this. Like he just said, you know, a few of these players. But he spent so much time on Ace Bailey. I absolutely love that. Actually, hold on. This just came to me. Because I don't know if you guys saw this. Give me a minute, chat. Maybe I can find it. Because there was something else. There was something else that he did where I was like, what? Hold on. It might be on NBA. Hopefully NBA posted it. I'm not sure if they did, though. Oh, gosh. I'm not sure if they did. I don't know how far back that would have been. I might have to just explain to you what happened. Unless ESPN, maybe? Wait. Wait, this might be... Is that it? Not sure. Here, I'll play this. Let's see what comes from it. This is from the NBA. Did I just miss it again? Oh, I did miss it again.
That's a great question.
I tried frog legs for the first time.
We don't care about this. Let's see if I can find it. I know I saw this clip somewhere. I guess we're not going to have it. Just all pictures. All right, so basically, I guess it's going to be difficult for me to find it. But I want to just tell you, so during draft day, it was super early, where all of the draft prospects got there early, right? Like the lottery picks and all of that. And people went up to the stand with the mic and everything, and they were like, they went up there and they started joking, and they were like, with the number 1 overall pick, you know, they select Cooper Flagg, right? He did it. Some other players did it, and they said it themselves. Dylan Harper went up, and he actually said Ace Bailey. He was like, with the first overall pick, I select Ace Bailey. And I know that that's something super small. I mean, the other players, maybe they just didn't, you know, have teammates also that were going to be high enough in the draft to do that. But the fact that he went up there and his first initial reaction was to praise his teammate again, I just think these are green flags, insane green flags. Insane green flags. Frog legs, gots to go. Frog legs are disgusting, bro. It got like the texture of chicken, but tastes like fish. I hate it. Yeah, it speaks volumes about his character. Yeah. I know these are like small things, but these are things that's important to notice. That's just something that I've noticed. I hate that I can't find the freaking clip. I promise you guys it exists. I'm not lying to you. Hold on, let me see if there's a ESPN. All right, NBA on ESPN. I'm not sure. Oh, this is really cool news. This is probably kind of a side note. They want to rename the San Antonio airport after Greg Popovich. Isn't that great? They should do it. Please do it. Let's see here. See if we can find it. That's Tatum's recovery. It's going to really bug me if we can't find this thing. I'll respond to some of the chat as I scroll through. Frog's legs are delicious. You should be thrown in jail. I think I saw that on TikTok too. I know it's here somewhere. But hey, if I can't find it, I can't find it. It's whatever, I guess. At least you guys know that I'm telling the truth. It does exist. I promise. It exists. And he did that. You saw it on YouTube? Gosh, I don't know. I don't want to leave. I sent a link. Where did you send the link? IG? It's on NBA Future Stars. Oh my gosh, I love you guys so much. Okay, there's nothing on this. NBA future stars. Okay, this ain't it. Okay, that actually future star now. Star now. Okay. Wait, future star now. 'Cause I know that ain't it. Okay, dude, I don't think this is it either. What is this? This ain't it either. Come on, guys. Clan is on YouTube NBA. Okay. Chat, man. Love you guys, but come on. I'm so close to crashing out. This is ridiculous. I hate when Clan goes live. I keep getting lost in his eyes. That was the sweetest thing anybody has ever said to me. Where is NBA? Here's the link. Okay. Oh, is that literally the name of the video? Posted by NBA channel? Okay. We're gonna find it. NBA channel? Oh, okay, wait. Is NBA channel a literal... Like, is that a that's not a... I'm losing it. I want you guys to know that I'm telling the truth here, and it's gonna bother me. Okay. Okay. To make up for all of that, we're gonna watch more Dylan Harper stuff. I'm so sorry that took so long. What was that, like 3 minutes of trying to find this?
Number one pick. Hold on, don't walk the stage yet. Ace Bailey.
No one else did that. Yeah, he just pumps up his boy the entire time. Very unselfish.
I'm doing what a lot of kids dream of doing. I dream of doing what's it called? I'm in a dream right now. It's like just playing. Like I have NBA socks on. Like I never owned a pair of NBA socks. Little stuff like that. It's crazy. So I mean, just taking it all in and just having a good time. I'm doing what.
All right, Dylan. What did you learn the most about yourself playing at Rutgers?
Really just who I am through the ups and downs. I mean, I had a great time at Rutgers. It wasn't a Cinderella story, but I mean, I would have switched it for the world. I mean, I love my time here at Rutgers.
You and Ace, a lot of hype coming in. Didn't reach the NCAA tournament, but you're both reaching your individual goals of being top 5 picks. What does that say about this past year?
I mean, I would love to make the tournament, have all the team accomplishments, but, you know, sometimes life just don't go your way, you know. You got to bounce back and figure it out. But me and Ace are definitely very blessed to be in this position, you know, and we're just going to enjoy the process.
How does your game translate so easily to the NBA-type game?
I mean, really just whatever a coach needs to know. I'm going to be in there. I'm going to help whatever you need me to score, need me to facilitate, need me to pass, play defense. I'm going to do whatever I got to do to help the team win.
He's literally just a San Antonio Spur. He's just a Spur. We create them in labs.
What did you learn the most about the NBA from your father?
How are you going to get Ace? If you get Harper, you can't get Ace. Ace is probably going 6.
Really just how competitive it is, and just you got to go out there and work every day. I mean, every day is a grind. You just got to come in and do your job.
All right, Dylan, what did you...
You love all of it. All right, we already took a look at that.
With the number one
All
pick.
right, we're... Oh, no, that's...
With the number one.
Okay. Anyways, so All right. Just wanted you guys to know that I'm really excited for Dylan Harper. He has the character of a Spur. I just want you guys to know that, okay? I saw someone mention Harper's dad said something on Twitter. I don't think I missed it. I talked about it. I don't think I missed anything. Trade up. With your 14? You know, it's very hard to just trade up in drafts. I don't think it's worth doing that. What would you have to do? I don't understand. We don't have to do that. Three rookie of the years in a row. That would be crazy. More than likely, that won't happen. I don't know if he'll get that same. Yeah, it could happen. Who knows, dude? It could happen. But more than likely, Cooper Flagg should get it. No, not this year. He should get it. All right, here we go, guys. All right, if you are worried, worry not, okay? I said this over and over, but here's my agenda, okay? Number 2 pick, I don't even think it's that controversial. Dylan Harper, so good, so ridiculous, high basketball IQ, good defense, great character, elite scoring ability, great feel for the game, good passer. I mean, I could just go on and on and on. Very crafty. I just really like him. I really love him as a player, and I think he legit could be a superstar talent, right? Like where I've obviously praised Steph Castle to a high degree. I think Castle is very, very good. You know, coming off his rookie of the year, of course, which was well deserved. Did my camera just flicker? My camera just flickered. But just to put things in context, because as good as Steph Castle is and was in last year's draft, Dylan Harper would have went number 1, and I would even make the argument that he could have went number 2 in 2023. Well, that's kind of iffy, you know. Brandon Miller was such a great prospect, so he would have either went 2 or 3, right? But that's how good he is, right? In a lesser draft, he goes number 1. It's just in a draft with Coop, it's a little bit more difficult. But if you were wondering what the Spurs are going to do, can we please stop talking about all of the different possibilities of trading away this pick? You don't do it. It doesn't look like the Spurs are thinking of doing it either. So yeah.
Dylan Harper is going to be the number 2 pick in the draft. I am 99.9% sure about it. He looked also really, really good, tested very well, shot it well. His body is in a great place. He's lost 15 pounds in the last years. He
lost 15 pounds in the last year? 99.9%. There you go.
Grown. He has measurements comparable to those of Dwayne Wade coming out of college. The San Antonio Spurs.
Is it a possibility that he can still grow? Because they showed Dwayne Wade versus him, which we looked at before, but Dwayne Wade was 21. He's 19. Is it a possibility he could grow even more? Yes? Yeah, I think there might be a possibility.
Spurs are signaling to teams that they are very excited about the opportunity to draft Dylan Harper. They are not pursuing trades from what we're hearing. They think that they can play Dylan Harper together with Steph Castle and De'Aaron Fox in the same backcourt. Obviously, teams have some question marks about the amount of shooting on that.
Another thing, too. Hold on. I'm going to piggyback off of this, okay? Another thing, too, is a lot of people have questioned whether or not he can survive back there with our other guys. And I think that's ridiculous. So big shout out to Mohammed here, who posted this on Twitter. He said this notion that Dylan Harper wouldn't work alongside Fox and Castle in an off-ball role couldn't be farther from the truth. 86th percentile on spot-up scoring. That's 43.2% three-point shooting. And then 91st percentile as a cutter. 1.5 points per possession this season for Rutgers. Always take the talent and figure out the fit later. But even this sentence, what's the point? He fits perfect. It's just a weird thing that people are coming up with. I saw somebody, and I was arguing about this, and I was like, what are we even talking about? Someone was like, we can't get him because we'll have 3 ball-dominant guards. What ball-dominant guards are we even referring to here? Because they said, oh, well, and if I'm saying this because not to call this person out, but I'm saying this in case anybody actually believes this, anybody else believes this. But he says Steph Castle is a ball-dominant player, which he is not. The whole point in getting him was because of the versatility, where he can be on ball or off ball. At bare minimum, he was going to be a very good role player that can come in there, and highest of ceilings, which we hope he could get there. I don't know, but he could be like an SGA type player, right? But we knew that he can fit into almost any system because he's a good off-ball player, and he did that with UConn to win the championship. Essentially, he was doing multitude of different things, and that's the same thing with Dylan Harper. I think people just see some highlights and they're like, "Oh, he just needs the ball in his hands to be effective." No, he doesn't. That's just a lie. That's not true whatsoever. So just the idea that we're in such bad shape, it's just not true. Yeah, so it's just not true. Dylan Harper is 6'6" to 6'8" with shoes on, should be able to defend 1 through 4. Don't go too far. Okay, I don't think he can defend 1 through 4. 1 and 2, 3 on occasion. I don't think he can guard 4s like that. But he is strong, and he is good in the lanes. Okay, he's not going to make it easy for you. Okay, he has good hands. Yeah, I don't think that's true. I don't even know if Castle can really guard a 4, like a true 4 in the NBA well. The only player or the only players on the team that can guard that range of positions is probably Sohan and Wemby. Like, those are kind of the only two. But yeah. And Wemby, just because he's so freaking, I mean, he's a phenomenal defender, obviously. He's going to be one of the greatest defenders of all time. But he's just so freaking long, lanky, and quick till even if a guard gets past him, he can catch up and block it. So, anyways, just wanted to bring this to your attention. That if there was any ambiguity, if you were wondering, well, could they do this? Imagine Dylan Harper in a Spurs uniform now. Don't start thinking about what we possibly could do with a number 2 pick. Don't be silly, okay? And that's why I don't want to get rid of a lot for Giannis, because the Spurs want a superpower, and just throwing Giannis on the team. That's another thing that's kind of weird. Chat, I want you to respond to this, okay? Engage with me for a second. We just do it for 1 minute, okay? I just want to see you guys' takes just so I can read them. People that say Dylan Harper doesn't fit, can someone explain to me how Giannis fits? Now, I really do like Giannis, and I think on this team, you'll just figure it out, right? But, like, offensively, think about it. Think about the type of players that Wemby has played with and haven't been successful with. We got Rudy Gobert, and we have, what's his name? Zach Collins, when he takes on, certain roles of getting into the paint and everything. He typically doesn't play that well with those types of players. Giannis is far better than them, obviously. Like, he's one of the greatest players of all time. But I just wonder how Giannis fits with the team as a whole. If Harper doesn't fit, how does Giannis fit? And if you can admit that Giannis doesn't really fit, but you don't care, he's so talented, you're going to figure it out, then that's my whole take with Dylan Harper. But even more so, I think he fits. Yeah. Yeah, Giannis running pick and pops with Wemby isn't a terrible idea, but I wouldn't say ideal. It's not a beautiful fit, but we didn't care, right? Like, if the Spurs can finesse somehow, some way, and get Giannis, we're all for it. I don't care. You think I'm sitting back like, how does this actually fit with the team? Who cares how it fits with the team? We're gonna make it. We'll make it work. It's Giannis, right? And I think we should have that attitude with this draft as well. But even much more so, because if you say that he doesn't fit, you're just wrong. I think you're only looking at 3-point percentage as a whole, but you're not thinking about how good was he off ball. So anyways, just want to say that talent over fit every day. Agreed. Yes. And we're not in a position, we're not in a luxury, guys, where we can't do that. The whole thing that we've been talking about over the past season, it was actually two things. We've been saying, well, three things maybe. Well, okay, if I keep going, I'll talk about every single player. But the main things that we've been talking about is like two things, right? We're talking about Wemby. Hey, he's going to have to build some strength over the offseason. That's like the number one thing that we've been talking about. And number two, we've been talking about, hey, he needs somebody that can score with him, right? We know that Fox is going to be phenomenal, but for future-wise, he needs a second scorer. And we realized this season, and I mean, some people maybe earlier than others, I really realized this season that Devin Vassell just ain't it, right? Like he's not a second. I don't know how I felt about him being a second option, but I'm like, I don't even know if he's a third option. He's more like a fourth because of the amount of inconsistency, which is fine. He's a crazy great fourth option. But with that being said, Wemby still needs a second option. Sohan's not that type of player. I would even argue that Castle isn't really that type of player, right? He's not an elite scorer. Like Castle does so many great things, but he's not an elite scorer. We need an elite scorer. And it's so weird to me how everybody wanted Rob Dillingham because they thought that, oh, he's an elite scorer. And at the time, when we didn't know who's going to be playing guard or who's going to be doing what, we had like 5 guards. Now we have less, and people are hesitant about Dylan Harper, who's significantly better than Dillingham. It's just a strange situation, right? Think about it. And if you're like, what are you talking about with the guards? Count them. Last season, people were arguing about Rob Dillingham being traded for the longest. We end up getting, and this people were still arguing about it. We end up getting Chris Paul. We had Steph Castle. We had Malachi Branham. We had Blake Wesley. We had Trey Jones. We had 5, and people still wanted Rob Dillingham on the team. We got rid of Trey Jones. Chris Paul's probably not coming back. So now we have Fox. We have Steph Castle. And Malachi and Blake Wesley, those are 2 players that we don't know what we're going to see, right? Now that this is Mitch Johnson's team, he already didn't play Malachi a lot. He didn't play Blake Wesley a lot. So they might be quite expendable. So we really only have 2 guards. 2 somewhat one true point guard and one like point guard hybrid, right? Like combo guard. And people don't want Harper. That's ridiculous to me. What changed? Now we need it more than ever. So anyways, just wanted to bring that to your attention. They're getting them. So better start getting used to that. Harper as 6-man will be awesome. Guys, Harper is it'll be fine. It doesn't matter. I mean, Manu was a 6-man, but Harper should be a starter. Let's see here. Also, one thing that I am excited about Mitch Johnson is actually a complaint that I've always had about Pop. I've always complained that Pop sorry, blanked out for a minute. I always complain that Pop rides with his guys a little bit too much, right? And he doesn't allow young players to get a bunch of minutes. That might change. Actually, he's been changing that for a while. He's been changing that for a minute. But Sohan's minutes, I don't think they were that crazy his rookie. They were good, but they weren't. Yeah. I worry about rebounding in a Fox, Harbor, Castle, Sohan, Wemby lineup. What? Why? Wait, why would you worry about rebounding in that lineup? Why? Sohan's a really great rebounder. Wemby's a phenomenal rebounder. I think Fox is even... Hold on, isn't Harper a good rebounder? Hold on. Yeah, Castle's a good rebounder. Why would you be worried about that? Are you guys subscribing to the notion that the best players should start? Because if you think that the best players should start, then Harper should start. If you don't care, which I mean I don't really care, then it doesn't matter. Yeah, dude. Harper averaged about 5 rebounds per game. We know Steph Castle's a good rebounder. Sohan's a good rebounder. Wemby's a great rebounder. That's like probably the best rebounding team we could have on the court. Let me look at De'Aaron Fox. Hold on, I messed it up. Hold on. Yeah, let's see De'Aaron Fox's rebound numbers. Yeah, De'Aaron Fox is a pretty good rebounder too. Decent rebounder. Harper and Castle are great for their size. The one thing about Castle and what's special about him is you can move him around, right? And this isn't me advocating for Castle to be our starting small forward, right? Like I don't care really who starts. I'm cool with him coming off the bench. And us just actually get a small forward. But I think we'll do that with the 14th. That's why we need to talk about the 14th pick. I'm hoping Carter Bryant's available. I think we have one more segment to go over. I don't know if it was going to be about the 14th pick. Let me look again. What did I have here? Give me a second. Oh, I had that. I don't know if we were going to go over that. Did the Celtics lose today? Yeah, dude, he's almost a 10-year vet. They just wasted his time. Absolutely wasted his time. Oh, okay, okay. Actually, guys, I wasn't going to talk about the 14th pick. I remember now. Hold on, let me find it. Oh, thanks for a super chat. Sohan is a point of attack defender. Wemby is a rim protector. Both roles take you out of defensive rebounding roles. Castle and Harper are great for their size, but a big forward and low help would be ideal. I mean, I understand where you're coming from, but I don't think Sohan doesn't have to. Like, that lineup that we have is such a great defensive lineup. You don't have to take him out of position to be able to get a. I don't wait. Actually, I don't know what you're saying. Take you out of defensive rebounding roles. Wait, they're on defense, and you're worried about their defensive rebounding roles? I might literally just be lost. Can someone explain to me what Brendan trying to say? Like, you're worried about their defensive rebounding. I don't really understand. Bro, you not lost? Oh, okay. I'm good. We might be cooked. Defense is team rebounding. But everyone's a good rebounder on the. I don't quite get it. He doesn't have to be out of position to get a rebound. Like, you don't have to do that. Castle can guard. That lineup literally has 3 phenomenal defenders and 2 good ones. I don't know. I think you're wearing too much. We do have to get another small forward, though. He might be saying he wants a bigger person than Castle and Harper. Castle is a really good rebounder. Castle has a lot of size to him. Clan, I'm not trying to make jokes, but what if Dallas picks Ace or Dylan? Oh, if they pick Ace or Dylan, then, I mean, we got to go with Cooper. That would be funny if they did that. Yeah, then you would have to go with Cooper Flag. Because at that point, that just makes the most sense. He fits a position that we need. And he's so elite. He's so good. You go with Cooper. You go with Coop. But that's not going to happen. Nico would actually get fired. I hope he does it. We were so close. Yeah. No, at that point, yeah, you just go Cooper Flag. Okay, so... Alright, guys. So I think that it might be time to put the whole Giannis discussion to bed. The more I think about it, the less I want it to happen. Okay, I'll read your super chat right after this. Thank you so much for the super chat, my man. But yeah, the more I think about it, the less I want it to happen. The idea of Giannis... Okay, I'll say this before I go through these two posts here. If the Spurs were to get Giannis, I'm afraid that you're going to have to give up a lot. And well, I mean, you should. It's freaking Giannis. But the reason why is because Giannis isn't explicitly saying, I want to go to this team. And I've told you guys this time and time again, the only way that I want Giannis is if he does that. He has to say San Antonio is my primary destination, and he can name off another team or two. You know, they typically, the front offices typically ask you to do that. But you got to pick San Antonio, and that is not the case right now. And if that's not the case, I'm not going to go out of my way. The Spurs can literally sit back. We're not desperate at all. That's the beauty of the position that our boy Brian Wright has put us in. We're not desperate. We don't have to do anything. We already set up our future perfectly. Even Fox just kind of fell into our laps. I don't think the Spurs went out of their way to get him. It got to be one of those you need us more than we need you situations, right? And the Spurs will make that happen. Now, don't get me wrong. You shouldn't just sit back on your draft picks the entire time, right? When the Spurs are really competing and we're in the trenches and we're making playoff runs and you need to add a talent, you go do it. You go do it. You try to win championship. You don't just wait that out, right? But a lot of players are going to want to come to the San Antonio Spurs, especially when they're winning and Wemby's on the team. You have all this talent and they're excited. They want to ring chase, right? It happened with our championship runs before. It'll happen again, all right? And especially someone like Wemby, who's way more popular than any player that we've had on our team prior. So with that being said, I don't necessarily think it's a good idea. Actually, I know it's a bad idea if the Spurs were to get rid of all of their picks, multitude of players, bring Giannis to the team, have not enough depth to really compete, but just be good enough for, to get ESPN and TNT spots on television. Like, I just don't think that is enough. But here's a few things that I noticed or that I came across. So this is just some random Eastern Conference executive. He had something to say about Giannis on the Spurs. He said if the Spurs pair Giannis and Wemby, they'd be favored to win the title next year. They have two guys who might be top 5 players in the league on the same team. Plus, they fit. They'd have a dominant defense. No one could score against inside. And they'd be able to play 5 out in a more devastating way than the Bucks ever did. So one thing that he's leaving out, like I said, you're going to get rid of quite a bit of depth if you definitely have to go after Giannis. But I think one thing that people are missing, and this might be crazy. I don't think it's crazy. This might not be popular to say. I'll be real with you guys. People that say this, or anyone that thinks that the Spurs are championship favorites next year after getting Giannis, I think that they're pushing Wemby a little further in his career than he actually is. Don't get me wrong. He's making leaps, but he still has to build that strength. He still has to build more of a go-to move. There's things that he has to work on. I don't think he'll be ready for a championship next year. As good as I think the Spurs will be, and I do think that we'll make the playoffs, I don't know if Wemby will be ready for a championship. And it's kind of a weird thing going on because you get Giannis, he's in his prime, right? You have a short window of his prime, more than likely, and especially with his play style and how he gets his points, we don't know how long that can last. He's not slowing down. He's as good as he's ever been, but years down the line, we don't really know. But by the time that Wemby is in his prime or going into his prime to really create some chaos, Giannis won't be Giannis. And I'm just wondering at that point, if we have to give up so many picks, what does that look like for us, right? Like we're not going to be a mediocre team. I'm afraid that if you don't play your cards right, you get Giannis and you're a good team and you're a fun team, and maybe you can get a ring out of it, but it's just going to kind of dwindle off. And I'm really hoping that they don't do that, and we just keep building this team, make it as strong as humanly possible, and just build around Wemby that way. You don't have to create a superstar. Even if you look around the league and with the new contracts and everything, CBA agreement, you can kind of see around the league how it looks, right? That like a lot of teams are kind of opting towards more depth rather than just super teams. Super teams don't work. The NBA is trying to get rid of that, right? But that's how I feel. I feel like Giannis has to say, I want to go to San Antonio for this to work. And that would make all the difference in the world, and then we'll have more leverage. But with that being said, does it even matter? So here's a report. Scoop B, it's kind of hit or miss, at least from past things, but it says 2 teams that have emerged as destinations of interest for the 2-time MVP are the Toronto Raptors and the Brooklyn Nets. So it says Giannis prefers to stay in the Eastern Conference. If that's true, then there's really no reason for the Spurs to do anything. And we already got the report that the Spurs are going to pick their number 2 pick, so that's off the table. So what are you gonna offer, right? KD. I'm not a big fan of going after KD. But once again, you just kind of got to see what things look like. But KD most realistic. Yeah, I'm just not that. I'm not a fan of any of it. We started the rebuild. It's going so well, guys. It's going beautifully well. What's the point, right? Like, what's the point of going all out on certain players right now? Yeah, we might get some instant gratification. We might have a fun time for a season or two, or maybe a few seasons. But, I mean, I want a dynasty, bro. I miss those years of every single year thinking that we could win a championship. And I'm not exaggerating either. I remember this. I remember every year thinking we could win a championship. It was just constant every year. Unless injuries happen, then I'm like, oh crap, dang it, now we can't win, right? But like for the most part, every season I was like, we got a chance. We got a shot. Even the Richard Jefferson days, I was like, we got a shot. We were so freaking good. I want to go back to that. And I want to be better than that. And I don't know if this is the right move in that direction. You know, this might be more of an away move than a towards move. Our ultimate goal here. I remember those years, especially 2020, 2013. Dude, before that span from 2000, because obviously 03, 05, 07, it was very easy to say we could win a championship every year. But that span from like 08 to 12, I felt like we could win. Every year I thought the Spurs would win. Except for in 2011 scared the crap out of me. I couldn't believe how well the Grizzlies were playing. And they beat us. But even in that series, I thought we had a shot. You had Gary Neal hitting that really clutch shot. Was it in overtime? Or was it to take it to overtime? I think he hit a shot to take it to overtime. The Spurs would not die. Right? You guys remember? They would not die, bro. That series should have been over. And they would not die. They wouldn't go away. But yeah. Any other team in our circumstance during that series would have just got swept. But they would not go away. But yeah. That Grizz team was a buzzsaw. Bro, it was so ridiculous. Randolph was so good, bro. Manu had a fractured arm in 2011. We forget that. Remember that half-court shot? That was crazy. Series made me so mad. But my point is, even in that series, I thought we had a shot. Right? It's not like how it is right now, where we're just like, yeah, there's no shot for us to win a championship. It was like every year it was like that. So, anyways, I'm too much nostalgia. All I want to say is, all this Giannis talk, it looks like it's amounting to a whole lot of nothing, that he's not coming to San Antonio. We'll see what happens, but nothing's pointing towards him saying he wants to come to San Antonio. And if that's not the point, if that's not going to happen, the Spurs shouldn't even worry about it. Keep doing what you're doing. Giannis talks are over. It's kind of over, yeah. It's kind of over. That's how I'm feeling. Hold on, am I getting a live message? Oh. Chase from the chat messaged me. He said KD should be a Spur. Watch for KD. All right, Chase. All right. 3-team trade. Okay, if multiple teams are involved, then, you know, we could probably make something happen. But the Spurs are not going to give up their future for an aging star. That's when the 8th seed Grizzlies knocked out his first seed out. Yeah, that was crazy. You think it's bad for you, bro? I'm from Memphis, so like Memphis was going crazy. Memphis was so excited. Going to school every day was so frustrating. Going to school was so frustrating. Anyways. Well, guys, I think that's it. That's all. Oh, I didn't realize he was 7'1" barefoot. Huh. I'm down with bringing Yaka back. That would be a cool option. I wonder how much that would cost. Y'all better listen to Chase. Been hearing a lot. Austin his spot. If they can manage to get him, they can manage to get him. You know what I mean? Yeah, it has to be multiple teams involved for sure. Thinks Mitch brings his own staff? That's a really great question. Probably not. He got to hire another assistant coach though. By the way, anybody that was wondering about Becky, she said like she doesn't want to go anywhere. She made that abundantly clear recently that she didn't want to go anywhere. So I didn't know if anybody was thinking about it, but yeah. Mike Brown. Ooh, that'll be a good dude. Mike Malone, Taylor Jenkins, bring them back. But yeah. Anyway, guys, I'm gonna hop off. I appreciate everyone coming through. I appreciate the love. Adam would be dope. I want Nas Reed, like you guys said, but I think he's gonna be really expensive. Lopez seems like a better option, like some people have mentioned. But yeah, he's gonna be super expensive. But yeah. Oh, by the way, I did want to say I watched Blowout. You guys recommended Blowout because it's made by the same director, Brian De Palma, who made Scarface, my favorite movie of all time. You guys should watch Blowout. I wasn't feeling it, man. I wasn't feeling it for most of the movie. It was just that style of acting. but like John Travolta was just like way too cool to the point where I'm like, I don't even know if you're acting, bro. You're just supposed to be so smooth. But then as the movie went on, especially the ending, I really liked it. I really liked it. Yeah, I like the ending of that movie. Dude, I need to go see Sinners again. I've only seen it once. And that should be me too. Yeah, I need to see it again. Gosh, my throat is like, it's so weird. I'm getting dry so quick. All right, let's see. Oh wait, there was a super chat I need to respond to. Sorry about that. Brendan. They're guard scorers, right? Those roles take you out of rebounding fairly often. I love Castle, but having a guy with even better rebounding would round the team into form. Nas Reed type. Oh, okay. Hopefully you're still here. So that's the thing. They don't have to guard guards, right? Like Sohan doesn't have to. That's how good that team is. He's capable. But he's actually best against power forwards. I would say Sohan is the best against small forwards and power forwards. Least against centers. So it would go, I would say power forwards, then small forwards, then shooting guards, then point guards, then centers. And he's okay against centers. He's pretty good against centers, but like, you don't want to have him having to do that all game. But he did a really good job when they needed him to do it last season. Spurs have asked him to do so much. Not a bad thing. It just shows how good he is, but stupid camera. So I had to take a an exam. I had to move the camera, so now it's all out of whack. Dang, dude, that's a lot of super chats. Even if Sohan's guarding a bigger player, his role isn't to clean up the miss. Just having a bigger guy that grabs boards will really help. Just my 2 cents. No, I'm not. Oh, okay, I probably need to say this. This is not me advocating for the Spurs not to get another big. by the way. You obviously need one. Yeah, getting a Nas Reed type definitely helps, right? You need a backup center. You need backup bigs. I'm really hoping, because he's a good rebounder as well. Like, Maxime Reyno is a good rebounder. So I'm hoping he's what I think he is. But he's a good rebounder. He's a tough player too. Too many players, too many skilled centers. Okay, this is another. I probably should have said this in the video, in our segment. But one thing I really like about Maxime Reyno is, maybe it should be a short. One thing I really like about Maxime Reyno that you don't get from a lot of centers that are as skilled as he is he doesn't avoid contact, right? He doesn't avoid it at all. He plays really good defense. He plays hard. He loves his post-up game. And even though he doesn't create as much space as you like, he has great touch around the rim. He's very confident in what he does. Great passer and all of that. But a lot of times, those skilled centers just don't have the ability or the want to be too physical, right? They try to stay in their comfort zone. But for him, his comfort zone is being physical. So I don't know. I really like him, and I wouldn't just say, oh, he's just another skilled center that's not going to be physical. Like, I don't think that would be the case. So I'm hoping that he could be a really good defender or a really good rebounder for us as well. So you're making him sound so similar to Duncan. No, he's nothing like that. Duncan was strong, bro. Duncan was super strong. No, he's not as good as Duncan. Duncan was super strong. Duncan's the only one that can give Shaq some issues. He's no Duncan. Nowhere near. But he is good. I'm gonna look at other prospects too that we could take in the second round. I think Spurs might keep their second rounder. What the Spurs are probably going to do is draft all three, right, that they want. And then what they'll do is with the MLE get another big man. So while that second rounder develops a little bit, they'll be cooking. That's probably what'll happen. Coward and Wolf. Okay, I'm gonna keep that in mind. Maybe I should write that down. I'm gonna write it down. Said Coward and Wolf. All right, I got it written down. I won't forget to look into them. Oh, he had a really great interview. Coward did. Yeah, there's a lot of. I looked into what's his name? Guys, who is it in the first round? What's his name? He's a big man. Quite a few Spurs fans have mentioned one of them. Now the name is blanking. Can you just name off some random big men in the first round? He's a center. The dark-skinned dude. Really big. Queen. Yep, Derek Queen. Yeah, Derek Queen. I looked into him. What makes him stand out is just how skilled he is, right? It's Queen. Just how skilled he is. I mean, he has a lot in his bag, which is very impressive. Passing ability, all that. But I think what's going to hold him back is maybe some more of the physical aspects, right? I just don't know how effective he's going to be against like NBA talent. He seems like defensively he's going to be able to get blown by pretty easily. I don't know. Poor man's Jokic. Yeah, but I don't know. Yeah, I guess that's a point. You got Jokic in the league. Jokic is much better though. So I don't know where he's mocked at. I saw him around 14th, right? Can we trade into top 10 for a center? We don't have to trade in for a center. I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't go out of my way to trade up, especially with, I just wouldn't do it. We'll see though. It got to be a player that the Spurs want 120% and they're willing to do what they have to get them, but I don't know. Queen's going to be top 10 probably. Well, after that combine, it looked really bad. Like his I don't know if it was his measurements that were bad or his physical ability. His scores were really low. That's all I'm saying. His scores were very low. But I maybe people already expected that, right? But he scored very low on a lot of things. He gets mocked 6 to 14. Okay. He was slower than Klingon? Oh my goodness. More like a poor man Sabonis. Yeah, I don't know, guys. Who? It's just a player that I've seen people bring up as far as like going after a big man in the first round. His name's Derek Queen. You can go look up highlights of him. He's really talented. He's really skilled. It's just I don't think that's worth it, Especially if you have somebody like Carter Bryant looming around or Fleming, circling around our pick. I mean, I don't think it's worth it. You can just grab a center in the second round, then grab a center in the in free agency and call it a day. Anyways, guys, I am hopping off. I appreciate all the love. We did like 5 segments tonight, so I'll just post those up to Monday, and we'll go live Monday night. Okay, so I will see you guys Monday night. I appreciate all the love. Thank you, Brendan. I think he was the only one that super chatted. Thank you, dude. You super chatted like 3 times, which is really cool. So I really appreciate all the love. I will give it to you guys later. Everyone have a good night. Well, I need some good nights. Everyone say good night. Not just to me, but to your fellow Spurs fans. There we go. Good night, everybody. Ciao. We're going to do 4 more good nights, and then we're hopping off. Good night, all. Go Spurs, go. All right. Good night, everyone. There we go. That's 4. I can do math. Good night, Daddy. All right. Okay. Go Spurs. Okay. All right. Good night. All right. Good night.